So we have this pattern I've said, CBC, and we have an example. We have we have ham, and by transliteration, we have any, we have butter, that's short vowel, and we have men, that's ham. It's it means people. Let's say are people. Alright. So this from the transliteration, we have it as a consonant with ayin. Ayin is a consonant. Then we have a vowel, and this vowel is a short vowel. Going by the definition of a short vowel, pattern, a short vowel. Then we have a consonant ending it. That's mem. So it becomes a consonant, a short vowel, and a consonant. So that's the basic pattern that a closed syllable takes. It has to be a consonant, a short vowel, and then a consonant. So this is an example. Also have another word to buttress this point before moving to the second basic feature of the Hebrew closed syllable. Ereb, have Ereb or Eref, depending on how you decide to pronounce it. So we have he, we have Segu, that's a short vowel. We have Resh, we have Segu, then we have Bait, that's Ereb, Ereb. So now this second syllable, that is this part, is a closed syllable. We have a consonant, a short vowel, then a consonant. Alright, so that's it's accented. So this is an open syllable, and the other one is a closed syllable. So this is a closed syllable. Arab means sword. Sword. It means sword. A sword. Alright, so let's check the second basic feature of the closed syllable. So the second basic feature of the closed syllable is that it is usually with a short vowel that's at the middle, unless the word is accented. In other words, we have a consonant, a short vowel, then a consonant. That's the structure and the pattern it takes usually. So now this second feature makes it clear that the vowel in between the two consonants is usually short vowel, unless the consonant is accented. So and I will highlight this point now. So just like how it was taught in the course of the open syllable. That's the open syllable, except for the key is being when we have the mepic, or except for accentuation of a particular consonant, it is open. So the same way also in this particular uh, vowel, in the same way also in this particular syllable. So unless it is accented, the vowel is usually a short vowel. Let's have this particular word. We have yeah, oh, no, we have gadol, gadol, and by the transliteration, we have gimel, we have hamit, that's long vowel, we have delete, and we have ulem ba, that's a naturally long vowel. Then we have lamet, gadol. Now we are particular about this structure. So this is the closed syllable that we have in this word. This is the closed syllable. That's C, B, C. Now that's the structure, and in between the consonants we have the naturally long vowel, of which is not the usual pattern for a closed syllable. So, and the reason is that the words are accented. This syllable is accented. So, and that's why we have it as naturally long vowel coming between the two consonants. So, now I've said this is one of the exceptions that may be encountered in the course of the reading of the closed syllable. So once this is there, it's still a closed syllable. However, the syllable is it's being accented. Alright. And the meaning of gadol is great. Great. So we have another word or few instances when it may not even show, the symbol, the accentuation as mark may not be there. However, once we have the open syllable well spelled, and the other part is showing the CVC structure, such word also might be assumed to be accented, so then also seen as a closed syllable. So that's why it's good to learn extensively. Now we have addressed the two basic features. I will highlight two or three words now where we will likely have the structure affected. That's from the first feature. Now we have said from the first feature, it is basically this format: a consonant, a vowel, and a consonant. And now one of the ways you can have a different pattern is when the first consonant is having a sheva. When sheva is seen under the first consonant, so then it now becomes CCV. In other words, a consonant, a vowel, and a consonant. So usually you have this way, but once the first consonant has a sheva underneath, then you will likely have this particular structure. Let's have an example now. we have so we have betot, betot, and from the transliteration we have bait, we have sheva, we have thought, we have olem, vav, or olem move, and we have thought. So betot, betot. So in this case, rather than having a consonant, a vowel, and a consonant, we have a consonant, then we have a consonant, then we have a vowel and a consonant. So this is a half vowel. So I've said it does not form a syllable. A half vowel, a sheva, either simple sheva or composite sheva, doesn't form a syllable. So it is not counted as a syllable. So that's why we start. So this is C, this is a consonant. Move to thought, a consonant. Then we have a vowel, then a consonant. So with this, it means daughters of, daughters of. So daughters of. So this is an exception where you can have this format rather than this format. So once whichever is seen under the first consonant, then we have a different structure. Let's move to the next one. Now, second one is in the case of Aleph. When Aleph comes within the CVC pattern, Aleph can quenching, in other words, lose its consonantal value, then becomes silent in the particular structure. So once this symbol, which is Aleph, is seen at the middle of a word, it is possible to have a closed syllable and thereby altering this particular structure and having it as C, D, C. So this Aleph is an apostrophe. So once it loses its consonantal value, because it's a quiescent consonant, and the quiescent consonant has the ability of losing their consonantal value in a particular word, and then they now begin they now becomes useless. So you know that they can neither support or form a slave. So that's what I mean by quenching. So once it quenches, it has lost its consonantal value. So let's have an example. Have rush. So yeah, rush, rush. We have brush. We have golem, infinitive. That's a long word. We have Aleph. Then we have Shin. So it's written this way or this way. Now, this rush is seen as having a syllable. So, and a syllable is a closed syllable. Now, when you check this, we have resh with a consonant. We have olem reflexive, which is a long vowel. We have aleph as a quotient consonant. Then we have shin as a consonant. So that was, rather than having this structure, it has turned to C a consonant, V a vowel, then aleph and a consonant. So aleph is a quotient letter. So in this particular word, it has lost its consonantal value. So and it is not seen as a consonant here, and that's why we have this structure. So these are so, and that's why this is one of the cases where this particular structure might be altered. So when we have aleph in a particular word and it's forming a close syllable. So rush means a head, a head. So this is another example. Then with this, let's move further and see a few instances before we wrap up the study on the Hebrew Hevarah, and that's the Hebrew syllable.